Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your full moon in Libra message. I did the message this time around a little bit different. I picked up these cute drawstring bags. I then found these iron-on patches for each of the zodiac signs. So all 12 signs have their own unique message. Make sure you check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. And keep in mind, of course, it is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else. So this is a relationship-based reading. Libra is the house of partnerships, marriage, contracts, and relationships. So you can take this how it resonates to you, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. And I was called, intuitively, if you will, to fill this bag with various trinkets and medallions and messages, and we'll try to piece this all together for you. And of course, each bag had a selenite stone as well as a glass evil eye pendant to protect you, as well as this message. So let's get into your reading. We have hidden, unexposed, admitted, and moon. Okay, your words: acceptance, wisdom, and beauty. Your letters could be your initials, this person's initials. Perhaps you can actually spell something out that resonates with you. And if we're picking up on a new person coming into your energy, this may very well be their initials as well. But only take them how they resonate to you. They don't make or break the reading. We have W, U, X, Q, R, P, L, L, V, S, F. Again, you have W, U, X, Q, R, P, L, L, V, S, F. Your stone is relax. You have a black heart here. Kind of almost looks like granite. You have scissors. You could be a hairdresser. They could be a hairdresser. Maybe you're into styling. I also just thought of like scrapbooking. But this could also be the need to cut something out. We have avocado. Maybe you like avocados. They like avocados. We have a blue star. We have a house with a heart cut out in it, and it says sweet home. We have a swan. Swans typically mate for life. We have an Eiffel Tower. And sometimes for this could mean, maybe you do live in Paris. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's a place that you have visited or you want to visit. For others of you, it just could be like some type of dream, wish, or goal that you have. We have a crown here. We have a wrench. So maybe something here needs to be fixed or worked out. Or again, maybe you work in plumbing. Maybe they do. We have an elephant. Elephants have memories, right? Very, very good memories. We have a unicorn. We have a heart that's only halfway full. We have a crab. Maybe you like crab. You live by the seaside. We have a dog, which speaks to loyalty, but perhaps you or this person have a dog. We also have a cat. Maybe you have a cat or they do. We also have a lollipop. We have a pet paw. So again, there's something here with an animal. Either you have it, or they have left an imprint. This person may have left an imprint on you, since that is a paw imprint. We then have a wine bottle opener, a sewing machine, a heart, and on the back of it, it says made with love. You have a clothespin. You have a key. You have an apple. You have a bee, like a worker bee. You have a U, which is Sagittarius energy, but it also, stands for good luck. It's a horseshoe. Speaking of horse, you have a rocking horse. You have an owl, which is quite large. So maybe you're very wise. Again, we have a stork. If you're expecting, congratulations. Maybe your person is. If not, this could be the birth of something new. Wow, you have another horseshoe. You have two good luck symbols here. So very strong Sagittarius energy for some of you. We have a lightning bolt. Look at that. Two swans, one a little bit smaller than the other. And I had said swans mate for life. We then have a flower. We have balloons. There's something here to celebrate between the balloons, the candy, the wine bottle opener, and then we have a cross. Doesn't mean you're a Christian, but there is something about your faith here, or perhaps you wear a cross on your necklace, or they do. Let's get into your message now. Your Urban Crow Oracle card is card number 33, Knight. I'll read to you from the book, then we'll get you a Moonology card. And we will dive deep with tarot to clarify this message further. Night. It is here that all the chatter, all the noise, all the action of the day subsides and quiet returns. Night creates a space to contemplate the day as a whole. What event had the most significant impact and will help you grow? Are there events such as petty squabbles that serve you little and can be released into the dark? Night brings to your awareness your sleep hygiene. The ability to get a solid 8 hours of sleep has been proven to not only help your mood, but also improve your health. Both dementia and heart disease are linked to lack of sleep. This is not a medical reading. I'm just reading to you what's in the book. Do you practice healthy sleeping habits? Are your nights filled with restorative sleep? Or does your racing mind keep you awake? When the night card appears, you may need to focus on creating a healthy bedtime routine. I'm also getting the feeling that something that maybe was in the dark came to light, perhaps in this full moon in Libra that we just had on April 1st. So let's see where we go with this message. Get a Moonology card here, please, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Make sure the mic is on. It is. Moonology card here for the Capricorn Collective for their full moon in Libra message. Yeah, because I see hidden, unexposed, and then admitted in moon. It's possible for some of you need to get better night's sleep, or your night has been disturbed in some way by this news. But I think something was brought to light, and maybe you're trying to find acceptance of it. Moonology card here, please, for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Look at that. And at the bottom of the deck, we have you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. Okay, tell me more about this here, please, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I noticed the cards that immediately show themselves on the flip is the World to the Three of Swords. So there was information, communication that broke your heart in some sense, to some degree. Okay. Clarify this further, please, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Clarify card number 33, Nights, and a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra for the Capricorn Collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Death card. We have the Hanged Man. We have the High Priestess. We have the Star. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the Seven of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Three of Pentacles. That leaves the Six of Swords, Nine of Cups, Temperance here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Clarify the Death card, please, for Capricorn. Clarify the Death card, please, for Capricorn. Sorry if you can hear that. My neighbor's having a tree cut down. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Death card is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Strength card, and the Lovers. At the bottom of that, King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Swords. I feel like I have a group of you here where something that was hidden, something that was in the dark came to light. And I feel like it changed everything abruptly. Because the Nine of Cups is, I'm emotionally satisfied. I'm emotionally content. There's a reason here to celebrate. The individual in the card has a glass of champagne in one hand, a tie in the other. It's like, I can relax. I can let loose. I'm happy. And then suddenly you are forced with, I have to become strong in the face of whatever has occurred here. There's a version of this particular connection which is over. Now, I'm not saying that the connection can't come back or can't be restored or anything like that, but there's a version of it which is closed off now in that Death card. And that appears to be an active choice that you made in your highest energy of the King of Pentacles, that even if I continue to engage with this individual, it'll never be what it was like before. And that's because something new here, either they admitted to it, or you confronted them on it, or you discovered it, was brought to light. Star card. Clarify the Star card. Clarify the Star card. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah, bolt of lightning. It's almost like it was a tower moment. The Death card shows itself, again, two different decks. Four of Swords and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, Justice. So something that was in the dark came to light, and it concluded that relationship the way you knew it. You know, you found out your, I don't know, boss is embezzling money. You found out your friend or family member lied to you. You found out your lover betrayed you. There was something detrimental here. While you were feeling good about it, you thought everything was okay, copacetic. We're moving along. We're moving towards the 10 of cups, because that's typically where we are in the 9 of cups. We're striving now to get to the 10. And suddenly it's a full stop. I have to hold myself back in the strength card, and I have to be very strong and resilient when it comes to this very deep connection that I have with this person. And now I need to focus on my internal healing. And somewhere in this process, I don't know where you are in the timeline, there's a feeling of, I really can't be concerned right now of what they're going through or what the future of this relationship is, because right now I need to focus on the impact it's having on me. I need to heal from it. So this person did something that was contrary to what your belief was that the relationship should be. You were looking for long-term stability, long-term committed partnership with this boss, with this business partner, with this friend, with this family member, with this lover. You thought we were on the same page. We have the same beliefs, the same values, the same morals. And something sketchy here happened, or something was brought to light that made you second guess that. So even if you're continuing to engage with this person, you're no longer seeing them the same way. Something has been changed. Something they did here distorted your vision or impacted your vision of them. The Hangman. So once we go through this shock and awe, if you will, now the Hangman energy is, I really have to see this whole thing now from another perspective. Yeah, I feel like something that was hidden, maybe they thought it would never be exposed or you would never find out about it, suddenly now comes, becomes a reality. So something that was hidden, something they thought they would never be exposed of, came to fruition. And I think once you confronted this person, they admitted to it. Yeah, they were hiding all of that in the energy of the moon. Hangman. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the moon. Something that was hidden here. Something that they were doing came to light. Four of Wands, and it affected your structure and stability. It now affects the way you look at the boss or you look at the community. It affects the way you look at this person. And now you're also wondering, can I even have a new start here? Like, do I continue working here or investing in this connection, whether it is professional, platonic, or romantic? Page of Wands. Tell me about the Page of Wands. Tell me about the Page of Wands. That rocking horse. I feel like you really believed in whoever this person was. I almost feel like they took away a little bit of your innocence there, or a little bit of your innocence was eroded when the information came to light. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Wands, clarified by the Seven of Wands, Judgment, and the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. So once the information communication came through, it looks like your reaction here has been to wall up. That's a judgment call I can make. I'm going to limit my interaction with you until Two of Wands. I figure out what I'm going to do here. If I'm going to continue investing in this connection or working here or living here or, again, trying to make this work. It's almost like you had to very quickly process all of this new data, all of this newfound information. Yeah, scissors and that wrench. Do I just cut this out and move on, or is this fixable? Can we work on this? Can I work on this? And I'm going to be honest, I think you were a little disillusioned with whomever this person is with the unicorn. I think you thought that they were unique. They would never do this. They wouldn't betray you. They wouldn't give your promotion as someone else. They wouldn't cheat on you. It's the friend or family member that you had full confidence in. And even with that sewing machine, it's like, I don't know if I can stitch this back together again. I don't know if I can fix this now. I don't know if I can fix this now. High Priestess. Tell me about the High Priestess energy. Tell me about the High Priestess energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. High Priestess, clarified by the Hermit, Justice, and the Two of Swords. Bottom of that, Queen of Wands. So even now, you still are contemplating what to do with this connection. If it's not your reading, don't get upset. Check another placement. But this is a group of you where this is happening all in the now. Especially this feeling of, now I need to go within and figure out what is the right thing for me to do. Do I continue staying in this, engaging in this, giving to this, investing in this? I don't know. I'm trying to tap into my intuition, and I'm having some difficulty doing that. And I'm having some difficulty doing that because I haven't fully accepted what happened here. I'm trying to accept it. I'm trying to figure out the path forward. but I'm a bit clouded. I'm a bit confused. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Seven of Cups. Clarify that. Seven of Cups. Clarify these Seven of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. You were expecting loyalty from this person with that dog card. This was not loyal behavior. And now with the elephant, this is now in your memory. It's like, I can't forget this. I could work on maybe accepting it and forgiving it, but I can never forget what transpired here. Because I went from thinking we were a team, 2 swans to 1 swan. So I thought we were in this partnership for the duration. And if this is a romantic partnership, I thought we were in this for life. Swans mate for life. So now I don't know if I go solo or not. And that doesn't mean you won't find anyone else. Of course you will. But there's still this feeling of like, I don't know what to do now. Seven of Cups. Clarify these Seven of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Cups. Clarified by Page of Cups, the Star, and the Ten of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles. This is a feeling, even if I try to open up my heart in the direction of this person, to try to restore the respect or admiration or love that I had for them, this is really heavy. This is really heavy. It's almost a feeling like, I don't know if I can do both. I don't know if I can continue healing and opening up to my heart to this person at the same time. Like, I really need, I get the feeling here, like you want to focus on yourself. You want to focus on healing before you make a decision that is, you know, puts you back in that same situation. Oof. It's definitely affected your structure and stability with that house charm. Either you live with this person or, like I said, it's a job. You find something out. You don't know now. What am I going to do? Am I going to keep working here? Right? This pays the bills. This adds to the structure and value of my home. What the heck do I do now? There's been a loss of love here. This heart is half full. So whatever it is here that was exposed, that was hidden and came to the light, or even if it was nothing that, you know, significant, it's just maybe your realization that this just isn't even going in the direction I wanted to go. It doesn't always have to be, you know, third party and cheating. It could just be you sitting back and reflecting and going, this relationship is, I'm in it 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It hasn't moved. There's no progression. And I thought this was my person, and there's no progression. I just put the heart charm there. It says made with love. So Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Six of Swords. You don't know whether to continue investing in this or whether you should put all your efforts and move on. Like put all your efforts towards moving on. Hangman to the Three of Swords. You haven't quite yet fully processed or healed the heartbreak that was created here. Either because, again, something came to the surface within you that, holy crap, I'm in this X amount of time, it's not moving. You know, I'm at this job X amount of years. There's no raise or promotion. There's something was exposed to you. So again, either you found out firsthand or you confronted this person and they admitted it, or with that bolt of lightning, it was just something internal to you where like something doesn't sit right. And then you realize, I don't think this person is investing in the connection the way I am. But the realization was hard and you're still processing it. You're still processing it. The Sun, the Queen of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. For me, queens exist in the present. They process the past. Kings take action. And you're telling me, based upon the past experience that I had, it was good. I mean, we were in the Nine of Cups. So you're looking back at this saying, you know, there were moments that were great, that I really liked working there or engaging with this person or being in this romantic partnership. I mean, it was real good and had the promise to be even better. But as you reflect on that past and that Three of Pentacles, you don't know how much more you can give to it. And if it's a romantic partnership, you're not sure if here on out, maybe you should just be friends. And that would be taking the relationship from the Nine of Cups to the Three of Pentacles. In light of some, like I said, truth that came to the surface, or something they admitted to you, or just some internal realization that you had. Again, with the pets here, I just think that you had a lot of loyalty for whomever this is. And I think whatever came to the surface was something here that they possibly weren't that. They weren't as loyal to you. I want to clarify the two horseshoes here. Can we have 3 cards on the two horseshoes? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles again, and the Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. I have a group of you here. Only take this particular message now if it resonates to you. I have a group of you here that says, in the interim, I want to continue working on this, but I can't emotionally invest in it. We have accumulated too much good here for me to fully walk away from it. I don't know if I can have victory, Six of Wands, in this connection again, but I'm not ready to abandon it. So I'm going to continue to give. I'm going to continue to show up to work, but I don't really love what I do anymore, or I don't really love who I do it for. But I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to put in my effort. If this is a friend, family member, same thing. I'm going to show up, but I'm not emotionally invested in this person. If this is a romantic partner, I'm willing to put in the effort here to make this work, but I'm not emotionally available. So it's almost like you're friend zoning this person. For some of you, you live with this person, and this is like, we're just going to deal with paying bills and dealing with the kids, and I'm not going to be emotionally available to you because of what you did to me, or something here, you know, came to the surface. So again, only take that if it resonates to you. And those two horseshoes is like, if luck is on our side and this is meant to work out, it'll work out in time. And if it doesn't, then that Six of Swords at the bottom of that deck, I'll just move on. But for now, I'm going to exist here, even though I'm not emotionally vulnerable. Five of Wands to the Six of Wands. Yeah, I don't know if I can find success here, but I'm not fully ready to walk away. And again, if this is work, I'm going to continue to show up, but I don't really love working here anymore. It's a job. I make money. It helps me pay my bills. And I don't know if I'm going to stay here for the duration. So take the messages how they resonate to you. Wisdom. I think you gained a lot of wisdom from this. What was the wisdom here that Capricorn was supposed to gain? What was the wisdom? One more shuffle. Thank you. The wisdom. Ten of Swords because of this betrayal. Ace of Swords and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. Now you know the truth. And not every dose of wisdom is a good one. But now you know the truth. So now you can make a decision whether or not you want to stay or go, because you have the absolute facts about what has transpired here between you and this soul bond connection. And that's because of some type of betrayal here that you found out about. See, you were operating before in this, in the Nine of Cups, because you were, you know, you were in the dark. You didn't have the full truth, or you didn't have the full clarity. Now you get to make a decision about whether or not you want to continue engaging or rebuilding this or moving on from it entirely. But it's not going to come from a place of because something is hidden and kept under the surface and this person's not telling you the truth and they're hoping you never find out. Now you get to make a decision based on facts, not illusions, not confusion. Now you get to make a decision that is best for you. Now you're operating on the truth. And then we have the owl there, wisdom. Yeah. You were showing up in a particular way before because you didn't know the truth. If you knew the truth sooner, you wouldn't have been showing up in the Nine of Cups. All of this would have happened much sooner. Beauty. Can we get 3 cards on beauty? One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, Five of Wands, bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. And the beauty in all of this is that part of you now realizes that you were settling for less and that you were fighting for attention or affection. And I know, we don't think of beauty that way, but the beauty again of this is that now you know the truth. Where maybe in the past you didn't understand why this person was leaving the house. They weren't telling you where they were going. There were long intervals of no communication, or it's at work and you keep mentioning the raise and the bonus and the promotion and, your commission check, and they're dodging you. That's the feeling here. Like you were only getting dribs and drabs of information or communication or truthfulness. But the beauty of this whole thing now is that now you have all the facts. Like everything that you need to know to make the best decision for yourself moving forward has been revealed to you. What you choose to do now with the connection is entirely up to you. You want to stay, you want to go, but at least you're not staying because of false pretenses. I want to know about all of this celebration. The candy, the balloons, opening up the wine bottle. That's what I want to know about. Can you clarify the celebration here? Clarify the celebration here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. Tell me more about this person. Tell me more about this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. Temperance, Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. For those of you that are looking for reconciliation with this person, and you're honest about putting in the work, Eight of Pentacles, got that worker bee. You're going to put in the work. They're going to put in the work. This is shared energy between these two people. You came up here as the Queen of Wands. They came up here as the King of Cups. Whether this is your boss, your friend, your family member, the shared energy here needs to be the Eight of Pentacles. We're both working overtime to make this work. If you both do that, in light of the Seven of Swords behavior, happiness can be achieved here. Balance can be achieved here. You're going to have to be patient with it. It's not an overnight process, but there's a very strong possibility. Again, if you choose to do that, to bring love back into the situation, but you both have to actively work on it. You can't be the one to shoulder this. You can't fix this like all by yourself. You can't fix this all by yourself. Both parties need to be heavily invested. That's the key with the key here. That's the key. But yes, celebration, reunion, and the fulfillment of the Ten of Cups is there. Just be mindful that in the shadow, you're never going to forget. Remember that elephant energy. You're never going to forget what they did. And that's something you're going to have to work on. But yes, if you choose to re-engage with this person, reconciliation is there or healing is there. Anything else Capricorn needs to know? So there's a win-win outcome is forecast here. If you both choose to work on this, then full moon in Libra, win-win outcome is forecast. You can make it work with this person. If you choose not to, then this is the next person coming in and you will make it work with them. So when it comes to connection, this isn't the end all be all. You will never meet anyone else again. Find another boss, another friend, a friend who becomes like a family member. You'll never find another lover. None of that is true. None of that is true. So you can leave this behind or make plans to leave this behind and find a new boss. And look, a part of you is always going to be scarred in that Seven of Swords. You're always going to remember what that past boss did to you. But you have a new boss here. And this is a way more balanced and healing work environment. You're a heck of a lot more emotionally content here. And it's genuine. It's genuine. There's a reason to celebrate. So if you want to stay in this situation, this environment, this connection, and you both want to work on it in light of what's happened or what has come to the surface, you can make it work. If you choose not to and you want to pivot and go in another direction, you have another soulmate here then on path that can restore or help you restore happiness to your life in light of what you experience with that person. So this is completely your call. Win-win outcome is forecast, whether you stay or whether you go. But it does need active participation on the other person's part. Anything else Capricorn needs to know, and that will get you some advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. I'm not going to take them because they fell face down. Anything else Capricorn needs to know about this? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Emperor, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Page of Swords. Communication will be key here. Again, you can communicate with this person what it is that you desire and some type of path or plan that the two of you need to come back together again, what you need to work on. If the two of you can create that path or plan and you're both committed to it, then yes, the hearts can be restored here. King to the Queen of Cups. If you choose not to do that, you have someone really freaking solid in your future. Let's get you some advice. But communication here is going to be key. Again, Death card to the Hermit. You have to go within and decide if you want to make this work. Even if they want to make it work, you have to go inside and do what is best for you. Not what's best for the family, not what's best for them, not what's best for the clients, not what's best for the coworkers, not what is best for the friend group, what is best for you. Because whatever they did, they didn't take you into consideration. So you have to do what is best for you now. Let's get you 3 cards of advice here for how to deal with all of the emotions that are stirred up over what came to the surface here. 3 cards of advice here. 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and the Hermit. Take all the time you need. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups. You take all the time you need to process all of those feelings. Feeling abandoned, feeling like you were deceived, feeling like you were in lack, feeling like the raise went to someone else, feeling like you were, lied to, and that this person sabotaged this connection, and that they were deceptive, and all those feelings of isolation, financial loss, emotional loss that you need to process. You take as much time as you need to process that. And if that means this person has to wait until you decide whether or not you're going to engage, or what level you're going to engage in, or whether or not you're not going to engage at all, then that's the consequence of their action. This is your moment to go within. And make sure you do that. Don't gloss this over. This is a biggie. Even if you decide you want nothing to do with them, you're still going to have to heal that wound so it doesn't affect the next connection. I want to get you 3 cards of advice now. For those of you who are like, I'm existing in this because I don't know yet whether or not I'm leaving. 3 cards of advice. My throat keeps going. I think you have a lot that you want to say to this person and you haven't said it. I think it's like bottled up inside of you. 3 cards of advice for my Capricorns who are staying in this for now until they figure out what they're doing. 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. 7 of Pentacles until you figure out what you're doing. Queen of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Now that you know this truth, just go by truth. The Queen of Cups is the the third deacon in Gemini. Until you're, just process all of your emotions. Take as long as you need. And when you're ready to speak your truth, until you make that final decision, then yeah, you can just show up to work and, take care of your responsibilities and nothing extra. You want to continue to engage with this friend, family member, or lover and not be emotionally invested until you figure out what you're doing, then that's what you do. If that's the route you're going. But until you can speak your truth, yeah, if you have to keep investing for some reason here, you can do that. But your first and primary focus here needs to be to emotionally stabilize yourself. So when you speak your truth, it's coming from a healed place and not a wounded place. Not an emotionally dysregulated place, but from an emotionally regulated place. Now, 3 cards of advice for those of you who are like, I'm not putting up with this and I'm out. I'm out. 3 cards of advice for my Capricorns who are leaving this behind. 3 cards of advice for my Capricorns who are leaving this behind. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice. Strength, 10 of Swords, leaving this behind. King of Swords, speak your truth. Wheel of Fortune, speak your truth. Tell the truth. Be very clear. You're very clear-minded about this. You're not clouded at all. And you know that it's going to take you a lot of strength and a lot of perseverance to shut the door on this person and walk away and find another job and stop talking to the friends or the family member or even disassociate yourself from the romantic love partner. But your advice here is that you can do it. You're stronger than you realize. And you're clear thinking. You're not making this decision because you're being emotionally erratic. You're very clear thinking on closing this out with this person. Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the Knight of Swords. There's a little anger or rage here as you're slamming the door. And you have every right. You have every right. You also will be moving very quickly into the next chapter. For those of you where you are reconciling, long-term reconciliation advice. Long-term reconciliation advice, please. Long-term reconciliation advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Magician, the 4 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, High Priestess. You can't gloss over this. You can't go back to wearing rose-colored glasses and thinking because they suddenly gave you the raise or the promotion, everything's great. Or they stopped talking to that meddler or the friend or neighbor or cousin, whoever was making problems, in the connection, that now you and them are good. Or they stopped talking to the third party, or they're leaving the third party and now suddenly you guys are good. That's wishful thinking. It won't get you anywhere. This needs active healing on both parts. Magician holds all 4 aces. So you can't just gloss over this. There's no fantasy or illusion. You can't pretend that this didn't happen or this wasn't exposed or you didn't find out about this. This is going to take active participation, probably even some type of therapy or counseling for you, for them, for both of you. But if you go into this with fantasy and illusion, like, okay, we're good now because they love me, they bought me flowers, we're relocating, we're starting over, this is going to crash and burn. This third deacon is Scorpio. You're not going to make it till Scorpio season. You're going to have a couple of honeymoon weeks or honeymoon months, and it's going to crash and burn. because the real wound here and the connection was not healed. So just be mindful of that. And I think you know that. Your intuition's already guiding you in that direction. For those of you where this is a new person because you're buying whomever this is, for my Capricorns where this is a new connection, any advice for the new connection? Just saw the Three of Cups. Celebration, harmony. Tell me any advice here for the new connection. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. You can go slow. You don't have to immediately trust the next business partner, trust the next love partner, you know, trust the next boss. You don't have to go into blindly. Two of Swords. But it is fair and balanced. This is the moon in Libra, which is a win-win outcome is forecast. Isn't that something? This is the first deacon in Libra. So this partnership is balanced. You might not fully trust it because of what you've gone through, that Seven of Swords that you've had in the past, and that's understandable. But this person is steady. This is secure. This is someone who is emotionally controlled. Not someone who's out of control. This is not someone who poorly invests their pentacle resources, their time, their love, or their money. They know exactly who it is that they want to collaborate with, work with, build with, and that person is you. They could be an earth sign. They don't have to be. For some of you, you've already left that behind, and this is your new person. Congratulations. This is probably the most fair and balanced relationship you've ever had. For those of you moving towards the new, this is what's waiting for you. Unified love, unified respect, shared admiration, and trust. Three of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. There's two people working together for a common goal. There's harmony, there's rejoicement, there's celebration, there's excitement, there's effort, there's achievement, there's victory, there's progress. So King of Wands energy, you get to choose what you do here. Do you want to make it work with the current connection, or do you want to heal and then in the future move on and meet this person? That'll be entirely up to you. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. That is your full moon and Libra message. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out your other placements. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.